Oh, good people. Probably should have did this first, but trying out new stuff. Let's run it and see how this works. Oh, that's loud. Let me turn that down. All right. All right. Working with something. All right. So I'm here now. I'm finished testing out the little gadgets and gadgets. I kind of know how to work them now. And let's get to this 53-man roster. Um, some stuff happened that we didn't expect. Some stuff happened that we did expect. I think there's going to be what up, Juice Man? What up, Devon? Mr. J the Six. Some things is it's crazy what happened, what transpired. It's interesting. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. And let's start with it. Hey, Miss Antoinette, let's start with the offense. We're gonna start with the offense. But let's go through the semantics first. If it's your first time here, which I'm sure is probably not, hit that like button. And if by the end of the stream you like what you saw, subscribe. Hit the bell so you can be notified when I come out, because ain't no real schedule, honestly. It's just random. It's when the news hit, like the Linderbaum thing. I was sitting there playing Call of Duty, and I noticed that the film was up. I stopped playing Call of Duty, got the film out, and boom, one of my best videos I've done this year, and probably be one of the best videos I had in a while. But let's get into it. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. All right, start with the quarterback. So it's really no surprise at the quarterback. We definitely still gonna make moves. That's why I was getting at when I said when I started with the semantics. Yeah, we still gonna make some more moves, but let's just Tracy, let's just talk about what we got so far. So I pulled this off the Ravens website. So if y'all want to, see the same thing, y'all can go to the Ravens website. It's a PDF and pull it up. No surprise at quarterback. Tyler Huntley, Lamar Jackson, and Brown was the odd man out. Hopefully Brown can come back to our practice squad. I hope. Juice Man said we need, and if I'm not mistaken, Juice Man been clamoring for JPP for a long time. What up, Michael Reed? Vicksburg, Mississippi in the building. I'm sorry. I hear you. Natchez here. This man been clamoring for JPP for a long time. But we'll get to the defense, Juice. Just hold on. We're gonna get to the defense. Let's start with offense. And again, Brown, we hope he can come back and make it to the practice squad and be on it, because they all had a good preseason. If you look at the numbers, Huntley was extremely efficient. Brown was extremely efficient, and even Hud Lee was 2 for 2 in his 2 throws when he played. So, they were extremely efficient with play calling, O-line play, and themselves being better quarterbacks. Extremely efficient quarterback play from the guys that played. But Lamar didn't play. But I still think he'll be just as efficient, if not more. Running backs. We kept JK, so we don't really know if he's gonna be ready game one. Mike Davis was the guy that it's probably gonna start. Gus is on the pup, Parrot Carr, Justice Hill. And we all know that Kenyon Drake is supposedly to be signed. I don't think it's official yet, but I guess when somebody go on IR tomorrow, whatever, they'll bring in Kenyon Drake. So he'll be like, let's see, JK, Mike. He'll be the fourth running back. Well, it may not be the fourth in standings, but he'll be the fourth one in the room. Let's bump down a wide receiver. Prochet, Bateman, DeMarcus Robinson, Devin Duvernay, Tylan Wallace. I was shocked here. I was shocked at this spot right here that Tylan Wallace made it. Everybody knows my favorite is Mekhi Polk, but I think Bridges and Victor had a better preseason than Polk. And Tylan Wallace, I don't even know if we saw him. I don't know. I'm assuming he made it because of what he can do on special teams. And if that's the case, he probably won't play much. You'll probably see a lot of Duvernay, a lot of Robinson, a lot of Bateman, a lot of Prochet, and a lot of the next group that's right below him, which is probably why we only have basically 4 receivers, because Tylan Wallace, and he may shock me. He may shock me. I'm just Victor and Shamar Bridges had great preseasons. Great preseasons to me. And I just hope nobody picks them up and they go ball out somewhere else. So, matter of fact, look. Let me see if I can blow this up for y'all. Let me see if I can blow this up right here. Miss Antoinette comes through with 25. Man, I really appreciate it. She says, "I'm not happy that we waive Polk, and I really love Bridges." Right, but just check this out. I appreciate the 25 again. She's one of the loyal supporters, and she supports everything that I do, and I appreciate it. Let me look at this. Look at this. Let me blow it up a little bit. Let me move it. Give me a second. We right back where we started with these receivers. Look at the height. 5'11", 6'1", 6'1", 5'11", 5'11", 5'11". We right back where we started. We don't have any height at the receiver position. So them fade balls that to help the quarterback out that we talked about during the preseason, that the guys were throwing, that Victor was going to get, that Polk went got, that Bridges was going to get. Who gonna catch them? Who gonna catch them? Who gonna catch those balls? Who on that roster? And I'm sure Bateman can do it a little bit, but being 6'4" is a lot better than being, how tall is Bateman? 6'1". Huge difference. And I know he say it's only 3 inches, but it's a huge difference. I'm gonna let that go. Let that go. But still, where's the height in the receiver room? I know people probably can jump, like he says DeMarcus can jump, but sometimes you ain't in position to set your feet and go up. Sometimes you just got to naturally have height and can be taller than during the corner. But again, we'll see. Right. Right. Pause. Tight ends. Now this is not a kid show. Like when I look at my algorithm, it says nobody under 17 watches my shows. Nobody. I got 0% on the algorithm. So this is not a kid show. But look at the tight ends. Isaiah Likely, which we all love. Nick Boyer, which we know is solid. Mark Andrews, who's probably one of the best tight ends in the league. Oliver Cole is hurt, so he's probably going to come off so that we'll have 4 tight ends to play with. But Oliver, you still could have let Cola be on here and then brought back or kept one of those tall receivers. Any one of the 3. Bridges, Victor, and my guy Polk is 6'3". You could have kept any one of them 3 and not Josh Oliver. But apparently there must be some kind of plan. Because again, Cola's going to the IR, so they'll still have four tight ends there. So Likely's probably going to be used. Likely probably should go ahead and bump up because he's probably going to be. He probably going to use him like a receiver. So honestly, we probably can just say Likely's a receiver. Honestly, because he's the height. He's the height in that group. Likely is a receiver. Josh Oliver, Nick Boyer, Mark Andrews will be our tight ends. That's what it is to me. In my eyes, that's what it is. So, let's go down to O-line. Yeah, please hit that like button. See, come through again. That's what I'm talking about. I hit the wrong one. There it is. 63 people in the room. Please hit that like button. Please. I appreciate it. Move on to O-line, which is crazy. And somebody, NFL gurus can kind of help me out. Has any team ever kept 11 O-linemen? Has any team ever kept 11 O-linemen? And if so, what does this mean for one Street Clothes Stanley? I'm really I was concerned because he hadn't practiced. I'm really concerned now because we kept 11 O linemen. 11. I don't think Stanley's playing immediately. I don't. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I don't mind being wrong. I don't think Stanley's playing game 1, maybe 2, maybe ready for 3, maybe. And that's why they got him on the active roster. They want to put him on a pup. Maybe he'll be ready for game 3. But I'm unless he starts practicing tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow's Wednesday or Thursday, I don't see how he can be ready for game 1. But he is a professional. He might can still do it, but it's crazy. What up, Juice, man? So these are the offensive linemen we kept. The guy that I really didn't think they were going to keep was Cologne. I really didn't think they was going to keep Cologne. But what that sets up for, let's just take Stanley out of the picture. That sets up for your tackles to be Morgan Moses, Falele, Makari, and Juwan James. That sets up for those guys to be tackles. Then you're looking at your guards. You're looking at Ben Cleveland, Kevin Zeitler, Ben Powers, Tyree Phillips. And you're looking at your centers to be Linderbaum with Cologne backing him up. That's your 10 plus Stanley is 11. Good evening, Stephen. How you doing? So 11 linemen, it looks good because, those 11 guys are serviceable, as Garnett says. That's his favorite word, serviceable. Who gonna start at left tackle? Could be James, could be McCarry. I definitely, would love to see Falele stay at right. I think Moses is gonna start at right. I hope they don't just like they did last year, just jump and throw Morgan Moses over there. But then again, Riley might still play. We never know. Riley might still play. It's all speculation, but it's just unheard of for guys to keep 11 O-linemen. And we do have guys, Big Red, we do have guys that play multiple positions. Tyree plays everything but center. Cologne, they got him as center guard. Makari plays everything. So, that's why I knew McCarver was going to stay, because he played all 5 positions. And so we'll move on over to the defensive side. Let's move on over to the defensive side. Let me get my banner right. So hopefully it'll stay up there right. All right, let's move to the defensive team. Go back to comments. All right, scroll down over here. Starting with, I don't want to start the linebackers. I want to start the D-line. So start with the D-line. We got Michael Pierce, Justin Matabike, Calais Campbell, Broderick Washington, Travis Jones. That's 5 guys. So there may be that gentleman's handshake with Urban, or maybe Mac, or I don't know if Mac is vested enough to do that, to have that to be not be on waivers. I think the only one that is in this group was Urban. So he may be coming back, may not be, because we all know Travis Jones is kind of hurt right now, so he's probably going to go own something like pub. I'm not sure. He's probably going to go own something. But when all 5 of those guys are healthy, I like what I see from the interior front. In my opinion, Calais Campbell does not to see no edge, period. Let him get in the middle and beat up guards. I mean, because in my opinion, you can run Pierce and Campbell out there to start the series, and within 3 or 4 plays, you can come back with Broderick Washington, Travis Jones, or Matabike, and whatever combination you like, and then you just start rotating them guys out, keeping them fresh. I like that. I like it. And Charles said, according to Jeff Zarebic, Urban's supposed to be coming back. So, as you know, that's the 6th guy right there. And Urban had some flashes in the preseason. I don't know how well he'll stand up, but just keep him rotated. Don't tire him out. And I think the guy up there with the most stamina that could play the most snaps is probably Travis Jones. Because I don't know if you know it or not, in Connecticut, he was the defense. And when he was not in, and he played a lot more snaps than D linemen normally play, but when he was not in, the defense faltered tremendously, even though he couldn't really do it by himself. All right, let's move up. If I can go to that screen, there we go. DBs. They kept Jalen Armour Davis. which, I don't even know what he looked like. Do y'all know what JD looked like? Not saying he bad, not saying he sucks, not saying he should have been cut. I just don't know what he looked like. That's it. I don't know what he looked like. As soon as you put up the names and their stats, including how I thought we were still stuck in a minute. Right. All them short receivers. I don't think he played at all in the preseason. Kyle Hamilton, we know, going to be the third safety out there behind Chuck and Marcus Williams. Geno Stone made it. Geno Stone made it over Ardarius. So, it's Ardarius ain't play. I think Ardarius only played that last game too, though. So that might have hurt him because he, and then he was. I don't think he was healthy last year either. I don't think. As far as the cornerbacks, Kyle Fuller in a battle for that third cornerback spot with Brandon Stevenson and Pepe Williams. I think all three of those guys are battling for that third spot. Peters, Humphreys are two. Our guys are two. They're the starters. And Tony got cut yesterday. Will Tony be back? I'm not sure. I don't, I would love for Tony to be back, but I'm not sure if we got the spot for him. That's why they paid them guys the big bucks and not me. But I'm pleased with that group of DBs. I think everybody in that group you can count on to a certain extent, except for Jalen Norman-Davis, and that's only because I haven't seen him play. And that's no knock on him. I'm not trying to shit on him. I have not seen him play, so I don't think you can count on a guy that you hadn't seen play, not even in the preseason, unless he's like, but no, you just can't count on him unless you hadn't seen him play. So but I'm pleased with the D line, interior D line. I'm pleased with the DBs because I think that's a good core group of people. As long as we can stay healthy, that's a good core group of people at the up front and on the back end. Now, let's get to the guys in the middle, which is kind of where it's at. It became evident, about the middle of that second preseason game and the third preseason game that Josh Ross was going to make the team. It was pretty obvious that he was going to make the team because he had some splash plays where you can tell that he doesn't have to think a lot. He can just go because he knows what to do because he played in that role last year. You can tell when certain calls come in and he sees certain fronts, he knows he can just go. And not necessarily blitz, but when the Red Sea parts, feel it. And it isn't like he's sitting out there thinking and trying to process information. He already has the big picture in his mind or in his brain, and he knows that if this splits, I hit it. If this comes over here, I'm gonna scrape. If a guard pull, I'm almost shuffle, then hit it down here like that. So he ain't thinking. He just reacting and going. And it was clear that he was gonna make the team. It was already pretty clear because of him working with the DC McDonald last year, but he played in the preseason, and no shade there. I appreciate what he showed because he potentially could be the starter eventually. Eventually, he could potentially be the starter if Malik don't get it together. And well, I'm going to talk about Malik anyway. Queen as your other inside linebacker. Malik is an inside linebacker. Beagle's on IR, and Josh Bynes. So starting is probably going to be Bynes and Queen. I think Ross is going to be he's going to get in the mix. He's going to get in the mix. As far as Malik, I don't know what we're going to do at OLB, but I think Malik is going to have a role at outside linebacker. Malik's going to have a role at outside linebacker. What up, Hendo? I really do. Malik's going to have a role at outside linebacker because we got Justin Houston. We got Ojabu, who's hurt. Bowser, who's hurt. So we got Owe, Houston, and shit, is that it? My eyes deceiving me because Bowser's hurt. Ojabu's hurt. We got Owe and Houston. And Malik got to be out there. I mean, I know we're gonna bring somebody in because there's only 3 guys, but Malik has to be in that rotation. Got to be. Malik has to be in the outside linebacker rotation because I know we're not gonna go into week 1 with 3 outside linebackers. I just know we're not. So we'll see. Who falls off, who gets picked up. Jalen Norman-Davis could be one of them guys that go to like a pup or something like that, and then somebody that could bring in another outside linebacker. In which I think that was Juice that's clamoring for JPP. think that was Juice Man saying bring in JPP. See if it's up here still. Yep. That's Juice Man. He said, hey, we need JPP here expeditiously. Almost like Bernie Mac when Players Club, when a young lady asked him, when can I start? Before she can even get started out. Immediately. When can I? Immediately. So that's basically what he wants. He wants JPP here now. I think that's all for the defense. The surprise for me is cutting one of the three tall receivers. That's one of the surprises to me, that Bridges, Polk, nor Victor made the team. So all of our receivers are still in that. We don't have any diversity as far as height in the receivers. They all pretty much within a 2-inch span, 5'11" and 6'1". So they're gonna bring somebody in. I don't know. They probably bringing in Drake. Drake's probably Drake's coming. Kenyon Drake. Somebody said that Urban is coming back. I ain't forgot Punter at the bottom. They down at the bottom, Logan. But those, we already know who they are. They down here. Tucker, Stout, and Stout. It has a leg. Stout's leg is stout. Pause. And then Nick Moore's a long snapper. But not keeping one of those three guys is crazy to me. So that means to me likely is technically a receiver. That's what that means to me. On the defensive side, and I know they were undrafted rookies and an older player, but Means, shoot, where my paper at? I think I left it in the other room. Means and the two undrafted guys, Wiley and I forget the other kid. It was Means, Wiley, and another outside. They could have kept at least one of them cats, man. I hope they bring Means back, JR. I do. I hope they bring Means back, but we'll see in the next coming day. I think they can start redoing stuff at 4 tomorrow. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They can start redoing, like picking up people that's been cut out. I don't really know the time. Jeremiah Moon, appreciate it. Jeremiah Moon. They can start doing the restructuring. So this 53 is a fluid document. It'll probably change multiple times tomorrow and the days coming. I do think you're going to see Kenyon Drake on it. I do think you're going to see Urban on it. And you definitely got to see at least 2 OLBs. Whether they bring in somebody that's been cut from another team, whether they bring in JPP, or whether they bring in Suggs, or whether they bring in somebody. We got to have more outside linebackers than that, because we need pass rush to help them guys on the back end. I think you're going to get interior push this year. I think you're going to get interior push. But one of those 3 guys, I think, deserve a chance to at least make the 53, and then if they find somebody better, cut them in. But that's Means, Jeremiah Moon, and Wiley. Them cats play. They play some ball in the preseason. But like Juice Man said again, he prayed to good Lord, JPP is here. I'm trying to hit it so he can come up. I pray to good Lord JPP is here tomorrow. We'll see, man. We'll see. But again, let me do this. So really, that's the show for tonight. I really just want to talk about the what do you think about Quincy Roche? That's the kid from, not Roche. I think that's the kid that played in Miami a couple years ago. I don't know if he would beat any of these guys out, so I'm not sure. Could we see PQ at that OLB position? Maybe. You could. You really could. Especially in pass rush situations. You could. Because PQ is decent at dropping. He just struggles to stay with his man. He don't struggle to stay with his man. He struggles to keep his eyes out the backfield and then lose his man. That's where it is. He can cover damn near anybody. It's just he peaks. And when you're a man, you can't peak. You can't peak. So that's his thing right here. But again, like I said yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, there are no more excuses for me with PQ. He just got to go. And I want him to go. I expect him to go. He just got to be He got to be the guy this year. He got to be the guy. But again, put your comments in the comment section about your surprises, the guys you happy that made it, the guys that should have made it, the guys that got screwed. Put all that in the comment section for those that are watching this on the replay. For the 122 people in here, I appreciate if you hit the like button. If you don't follow me on social media, you can do so at Coach Evans 9 on Twitter, Sip the Tally on Instagram, but I ain't very active on Instagram. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get a lot better. Get my thumbnails and all that stuff going, basically so y'all can know the videos that's coming out. One last thing before we go. How fast is Kenyon Drake? Like, and not his combine, because he far from whatever that combine time was. Is Kenyon Drake a speedster, or is he a between the tackles guy? Why was he cut from? Well, I know they got Zamir White, and I did a video on Zamir White on the other channel. Oh, so they do that too. Make sure you go follow the other channel too. It's more Sip the Tally, but that's gonna be pretty much and I'll go ahead and tell you what I'm gonna be doing on the other channel. So more Sip the Tally, which is not Raven centric. This channel is going to stay Raven centric. On more Sip the Tally, I'm going to look at it's always gonna be a video about the Thursday night game. Whatever the Thursday night game is, come Saturday or Sunday morning when I can get the film, it's going to be some kind of video about the Thursday night game. If somebody on Sunday outside of the Ravens have like a monster game or just does something outstanding, I'll do something about that player or players or group or like that. And then it'll just be random stuff from time to time. So that more Sip the Tally is for the entire NFL. But if you just like ball, go over there and subscribe to that also. And this channel is going to be strictly Ravens. And like I said, I'm going to hit y'all hard and heavy, especially when the season starts. We're going to be banging them out. And like yesterday, if you missed it, we probably got a weekly show set up. We got a weekly show set up with some locked in individuals that I really enjoy conversating with and talking ball with. So stuff's lining up. Stuff's lining up for a great season for the Ravens and for the Sip the Tally channel and other Ravens content creators. So make sure you go out and follow those guys too. I think Hendo's still here, so follow him at Ravens Online Ungatekeepers. The Lunch Break Hot Take Fellas, Jose and Brodney. The my deep cover brothers with Chris, Abakuri, and Carrie. And let's see who I'm missing. Ain't Raven. A Purple Rain podcast. For film breakdown, you got Cole, you got my other guy, All 22. He do great work too. Cole does great work, and it's hey, follow them guys, man. Get your Ravens information, and you make your own decision. Watch all us, see what we say, and then make your own decision. Don't just listen to me then go back and repeat what I said and you really don't believe it. Do your own homework. They parted ways, McFadden too, and he kills in Dallas. All right, but again, got about what? About 30 minutes. If it was 30 minutes, yeah, right at 30 minutes. I kept it close. So I'll see you guys soon, man. Don't really know what's coming up next, but we'll have something tomorrow, even if we just getting on here talking. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace. See if this work on the back end. I like playing with new stuff and I figure stuff out. Oh, one last thing. I forgot to thank all my patrons. All my patrons, you know who you are. Thank you for the support. And I'm going to be making a snippet. That way I can show you guys some love and support, every stream. And I'm going to put that together today or tomorrow. And it'll be a part of every stream, everybody that supports the Patreon. So I can make sure you get your just due and your thanks and your appreciation. All right, now I'm gone. Peace.